Hello and welcome back. We have another traffic jam, this time at oil. And the problem was we had 4 incoming things here which got filled. There wasn't enough room to stack up extra trains here. It all basically went wrong. So what I'm doing is I'm in process moving this all around. I've added in 2 more stackers. I've made this a little bit longer so that a full train can sit in, and I'm now in the process of getting the extra trains out. So the idea is get all the trains off this site so that they are somebody else's problem. The incoming track is cut, so they should then sit at the other site, wherever that is. Alright, then we can hopefully pick this whole site up and shift it a few tiles to the left. Now that is somewhat daunting because there is a lot of site here. This is one of the bigger builds. Okay, we obviously have some signaling issues here. Yeah, we only have 1 block for this whole exit, which usually is probably not an issue, but today is. Okay, let's put 1 here. Okay. So, do we have any other trains on this site? Yep, we have this one. Great. Now, I've already made a blueprint of this site and given it a memorable icon. This is it. Yeah, this is it, and the memorable icon got overridden, so let's... Okay. So this is what we need to place down, and just to check, let's line it up. Alright, so that's where it was. Yeah, that's where it was. We need to move it over so that it touches there. And let's change our zoom because life is short and squinting is rubbish. Okay, so if we put it there, we would be 1 tile out. So we'd be perfect for the top, 1 tile out for the return. Okay, so this return thing needs to be shifted over to there. So let's pick this up. Yeah. We will delete this out the way. We just need our anchor points in the right place. Okay, that's where it was. That's where it needs to be. Now, this is going to be a bit of a nightmare. And I think the best we can do is try and get Roboport coverage, construction coverage, and let construction bots do the entire shift for us. So that means putting down lots of these guys to cover the whole build area. Let's start off by putting down 1 here. This is going to be our anchor. also ideally don't want them within the build, because I don't want to delete them when I'm shifting stuff around. Right, let's run along here. I don't actually know if I have enough roboports to do this. Okay, so that's good there. Whoops. Okay, and this is all scaffolding which we will be deleting later. I want these roboports to have their own power supply because I don't want it to rely on the things we're deleting to work. That's going to be a problem. It needs to be one tile further down. Okay, one more I think. There we are. Okay, so I'm hoping that's all right. This doesn't have power. Okay, that does. Now, I'm a little bit worried that we don't have complete build coverage. Yeah, we don't. There's a patch in the middle where we don't have any build coverage. Right, the next thing I'm going to do is put down a load of storage chests. Okay, and this is what the site is going to get packed up into. Then I am going to dump all of my construction bots in there. Double check we definitely have this blueprint. So that lines up on this line here. See if I can get somewhere where I can see both sides. Okay, and it lines up here and here. Yeah, all right, so I can start deleting. And the one thing I'm not quite sure about is the power poles here. What's going on with those? I think I may try doing with those manually. Okay. All right, so far things are getting packed up in the box. There we go. Right, this is all pretty scary. That. That. Okay. How are we doing up this end? Okay, we have power issues. There we are. Okay, and I actually have a cunning plan for the bit of the build in the middle, which we will see in a moment. Well, it's not very cunning, to be honest. It's just me wading into the middle with a small number of bots. But there is nowhere to put another roboport in here, I think, to give us the build coverage. We'll figure it out. Okay, so this rail doesn't have deconstruction marks on it. Let's look at that blueprint again. Okay, there's an errant bit of rail up there. And I would like to not delete these power poles. There. Okay, I think that might be enough to save things from needing to be realigned. We'll find out. Okay, is there more stuff that isn't currently marked for deconstruction? Yeah, there is. No doubt we are using 200 of 200 bots. Yes, we are. Okay, do we have any construction bots in this? Yeah, we have another 50 and another 50. Okay, I may keep hold of those. This may just end up with me having problems with inventory. But if I stand in the middle here in the problem area, that may fix things as well. Okay, no, that was a pretty shockingly bad idea. Okay, what I can do though is hopefully if there's any logistics bots around, I can dump a few of those in. Great, so then they're going to now get rid of the things that are in my trash. Okay. And I can temporarily put these things into auto trash. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Right, this seems to be working okay. really hope that I saved the station names when I made the blueprint. That's it. I hope this looks as crazy for you as it does for me. Okay, what am I not trashing? Okay, so the site is largely deconstructed. Let's put it down again. And see how it looks. Okay, and I think I can stop auto-trashing this stuff now. Okay, I'm going to stand in the middle here. Because the stuff which is still needing to be deconstructed in the middle is probably the stuff that doesn't have coverage from the skeleton of roboports I put down. Looks pretty amazing, doesn't it? Okay. I'm tempted to install the Mark III Power Armor mod on this world. I'm really at the point where, you know, the artificial limits on the game are not really the point. So I may install that. See how the mood takes me. Okay, how are we doing? Pretty good, I think. Right, we still have some X's down here. So let's see if we can sort that out. Now, if moving all this 3 tiles to the left doesn't fix the problems we had, then I may have to revisit the whole build. Okay. The other mod I could consider installing is the nuclear bots mod, and then pretty much only use those on my personal construction. It's tempting. I don't want to use them for the I don't want to use them in the factory itself, so I don't want to use the nuclear logistics bots because I'm quite keen to be using the vanilla rules, so that I'm building a genuine base. But it is quite tempting to basically address the issues with me building stuff. And that boils down to the number of bots I can control and the endless need to recharge, inventory space, you know, all the normal stuff. So I'm tempted to upgrade to Mark III suit and or nuclear bots. We will see. Okay, so we must have got things partially connected because a train just went through. That is rather worrying. Okay, that's a lot of trains. Oh, they're all the ones in the stacker. Great. Okay, how's this looking? So, not too bad. Not too bad. And the bots are just getting on with building this. Alright, some of these are empty, so I can start picking them up. We really are at the point where it should be not filling in any boxes anymore. Okay. I'll grab that one, that one, that and that. Okay. Radars and roboports and logic. There aren't many arms on the build. Okay, and I'll walk around, see how much of that I can put down. Of course, the slightly worrying thing will be if when the whole build has gone back down, we're missing materials. It's a bit like when you get a Lego box and you make up the thing, take it to bits, come back a month later, make it again, and there's things missing. It's always a bit of a worrying, what have I done feeling. Okay, so let's walk all the way around the perimeter, putting down those things that I picked up manually. Great. It's probably not good to be walking on the tracks anymore. Okay, I think that's done. There's still a lot of construction going on. Okay, I'm going to take those because I've got a feeling some of them are in dead space. And yeah, faster feet. Okay, so they all seem fine this end. Okay, if you're roosting, I want you. Alright, what's going on here? Oi. Right, what's going on? Oh, it'll be a... I stupidly deleted the storage. That'll be what it is. Put that back. Okay, so I'll be a storage box short of happiness, won't I? They'll be drifting off to happier lands. Okay. So, is it time to start deconstructing things? I think it is. So I'm gonna grab some of this storage. Pipes look good. Beacons. Substations. Underground is. Boxes. Big power. Speed. Productivity. Okay, so that's where we ran out. Okay. It looks like we were out of orders. Where are those heading to? Right, where are they going here? Storage. Fair enough. Okay, so let's take away this. And am I? No, I'm definitely not auto trashing. Good. So let's walk through, put down everything we can. Right. Is there anything? No, this site all seems to be built. So in that case, okay, this is the fuel box. Right. Let's untrash fuel so I can get it back and put it in this box. I wish you could view your trash at the same time. Okay, there we are. Right, it looks like we didn't get the rail right. So this needs to be fuel supply. Ten construction bots here. One logistics. Well, I think one logistics is technically okay. That can go. This little cluster can go. This can go. Then in a minute I will join that power back up. Okay. This can all be pulled up. There we are. Okay. And this line here. There. So we are now powered, but nothing is happening because the stations are not named. So this is fuel supply again. Okay, yeah, that is a fuel train. Do I have any Logibots? Yes, I have 13. Okay. Okay, I've put a few in there. Then let's run up here and I'll dump the rest up here. There we are. Okay. So that's the Logibots done. Right. This here is the water. Yeah, it is the water. So this was named refinery water. There are no trains with this stop. Okay. Refinery water, lowercase w. Okay. Now I want to rename this with an uppercase W. Good. Refinery crude oil. I have nothing with that. Okay. So where presumably my trains are stuck here. Refinery crude, lowercase. Great, they are incoming. Okay, so now let's rename this because I've been sticking to a fairly stable naming scheme for a while. Okay, we still have all those trains coming in. Cool. Right, let's move out of the way. This here should be petroleum. And again, nothing. Okay, there will be some trains in plastic. Sulfuric acid here. No. Plastic. So where are the... Yeah, here. Refinery petroleum, lowercase. Okay, now let's rename this. This is light oil. Is that right? Yeah. So let's rename this with a capital L for light. Great. Yeah, we've got 3 heavy oil trains. That's better. So we have trains incoming. We are using 2 of the stackers. Okay, let's see how this site is behaving. Not too bad so far. So nothing has jammed. At least not here at oil. Trains are managing to find their way through. The crude oil trains, while one is unloading, one's stacked behind it. Hopefully I've added signals here so that we can stack another couple of crude trains. Yeah, so fingers crossed. After we've done this move, there should be room to get a fourth crude train in here without blocking anything. If we can do that, then we are good. If not, I may use some grown-up language. That's the train we need to get in. And it's in. Brilliant. Okay, so that is the site sorted out. We've queued up four crude oil trains. That keeps them out the way, out of the stacker. The stacker is now reserved for trains picking up product. There's enough room in the stacker that the ones which are filling up are okay. Now let's have a look. This one, 150k. Why is it stuck at 150? This isn't working. Nor is this. Okay, so there's something not right. Okay, let's go play pipe spaghetti. Okay, so something isn't right here. This pipe, this thing doesn't have anything in it. Okay, this doesn't have anything in it all the way to here. Oh, okay, so this is a water pipe with crude in it. Now, how can we fix this? Let's think. The easiest thing would be to rip it up and put it down again with a blueprint. Okay, so that's got water. That's got water. It's just this end. So let's take a... Let's take a print of this. I'll do it the full length. Yeah, I'll do it the full length. And it's not the only one affected, right? So this seems to have... This has double water, okay. So I'm going to take a blueprint, of this. Okay. Then I'm going to do a filter deconstruct for pipes. I'm going to pull up the pipes. All right, and I'm going to put them back down again. Okay, then we're just, I was a bit overzealous in pulling things up. Great. Then we have a similar issue here. So we can filter deconstruct this. Okay, this has oil, this has water. Oil. So let's run down, take all this up. Put the pipes down again, start from this end. Great. So we have nothing out of here. Let's look. Petroleum is the problem. Petroleum is not coming in. Are we doing things now? Yes, so we have 8 petroleum tanks. We have 8. Do we have? Yeah, well, we're filling up this, so there is stuff coming in here, and then we have heavy oil. Yep. We are delivering fluids, which is a phrase I find difficult to say with a straight face. Okay, so we've solved our traffic jam problem. Let's zoom right out. Okay. So this is, actually, let's do that from map view. Zoom back in. Okay. So we can do the same thing from map view. 1, 5. Okay. And then we can move around. Okay. So we seem to have fixed the problems with this site. We've got all our oil trains stacked up behind each other off the main stacker, which is great. The main stacker now has empty slots, so the fluid wagons are coming in but not jamming up. We definitely have fluids going through this site. There is now some petroleum being delivered to the cracking below. Nothing seems to be much happening here. I'll have to have a look at why that might be later. Yeah, this site's quite busy now, isn't it? Some acid, wonderful. Okay, we have plastic being made. We have nothing much happening in the blue circuit site yet. Sorry, the red circuit site. Ah, here we are, red circuits. They're getting plastic and things are happening now. Okay, then this is the blue circuits. This is all stacked up. There's one of our trains here, you probably can't see it, but this train here is one of the ones for the rocket site. The green circuit build needs some attention. I'm not sure I got everything quite right when I stamped it back down, and we have some modules to put in. The copper smelting seems to be waiting on ore, so we will have to fix that when we have a chance. Right, over to here. Iron smelting. Right, so you can see this is only partially built. We need lots more modules, is the long and short of it. That's a story for another day. We have this site here, which is steel. Only one steel module at the moment. That's clearly not going to be enough. But at the moment, we don't seem to have trains backed up waiting for steel. Okay, this site is off. This is gun turrets, I believe. Mining drills, low density structures. This is off because the low density structures are picked up by a magical mystery tour train, which is currently stuck somewhere else. Okay, let's go over. This is our labs. And it looks like at the moment we are still waiting on production science. Okay. And production science presumably is waiting on engines. And electric engines, I think, is one of these builds. It's this one. Okay, and this is waiting on oil. So this is one of the trains that's filling currently. It's in, yeah. So let's head back over to our refinery. So it's this train here. This is the heavy oil train, which we need to get full. Look at that refinery turning on, that's amazing. Right, this train we need to be full because this is the train which then goes over to make the electric engines. It's filling up, 96, 97, 98, 99, 1k. It's going to get up to 200k. I still find these quantities slightly bizarre. 200k of heavy oil. Yeah. Very, very weird. I'm still not sure if this whole setup with the fluids will work long term. So the excess heavy oil is meant to go off for cracking. I'm going to have to balance the rate of heavy oil cracking quite carefully. Otherwise, all the heavy oil will go into cracking and not enough into lube. So there may be some signals chicanery that's needed to make that balance out later. Okay. And this has now stalled because we need oil. We have oil now coming. No, that's water. Okay, we stalled because of water. Is that right? Yeah, I think we stalled because of water. So I need a second water train for the refinery. So make a mental note of that. I think I'm going to actually get on board this train because this train is now going to give us the tour of the remaining critical path before we can turn off research at the starter base and rely on research out here. 166. And again, what are we stuck on? Water. Is that genuinely what the problem is? No, we've got water in the buffer. That's not... Okay, we're full of light oil. So we're waiting on a light oil train to come in. Light oil is unloading. There's nothing picking it up. Okay, which train... Okay, this is off at plastic. And it's currently off because the plastic has... is this the train? Yeah, that's the light oil train. So we need to consume this plastic. We are not consuming this plastic fast enough. I never thought I would say this. Okay, so it looks like the builds aren't yet quite balanced. We probably need more red circuit builds, for example. We seem to be stacked up with requests for red circuits. So this build is waiting on green circuits. And at the moment green circuits is a bit slow because we don't have all the beacons down. Is there anything else holding it up? So it's waiting on iron plates. Okay, so both, it's waiting on iron plates. It's also waiting on copper plates. Yeah, and probably doesn't have enough trains either. Okay, so we need to deploy a bunch more trains. And it looks like the whole thing is ground to a halt finally. So I have two kind of important jobs then. I need to deploy a bunch more trains. And I need to come up with some way to monitor this build to find out what is currently bottlenecking. And I think the best way to measure that is in terms of I really want trains which are dropping off materials to be queued to drop off, and I want trains which are there to pick up material to not be queued picking up. So I want there to be more consumption than production, but I don't want there to be that. I don't want then for there to be like a bottleneck in that. So I think what I might do is come up with some circuit network trickery where each modular build or each site publishes which of its stations are full and which of its stations are not full. And then I can have a central readout of what supply there is and what demand there is. I think that might be the way forward. So that's probably for another episode. The other thing is, I probably need, well, if you look here, this site here needs a whole load of speed modules. And speed modules are currently produced in our starter base. Let's turn off that. They're currently produced in our starter base by a tiny trickle here. This is the original speed module maker, and it was never intended for mass production. So I think what we might do is set up a final production module down here, which makes tier 3 speed and productivity modules. I think that might be a good plan. Okay, so this is now trying to load up, but can't. Oh, it's full, sorry. Then it's coming in here, and we are missing, yeah, there we are. We're missing these items, which can't be made yet. Why aren't they being made? Right, what's holding this up? We have plastic, we have steel, we have copper. Why don't we have any low density structures? Okay, that's my next job. So I will see you again soon. I'm going to look at low density structures, see if I can debug that. Until then, like, subscribe, tell your friends, and we very nearly have this beast working. See you soon. Bye-bye.